Saladin's empire spanned a vast territory, including Egypt, Syria, and parts of the Arabian Peninsula. The vastness of his domain meant that his military resources were spread thin, as he had to defend multiple fronts simultaneously. The siege of Acre was particularly demanding in terms of logistics, requiring a constant supply of troops, food, and equipment. The prolonged nature of the siege strained his ability to sustain his forces effectively. As the siege dragged on, it became increasingly challenging for Saladin to send reinforcements to Acre. The Crusaders, who had established strong defensive positions around the city, made it difficult for Saladin to break through and provide the necessary support to the garrison within the city. The Crusaders maintained control of the sea, which allowed them to blockade Acre and continually resupply their forces by sea. This naval superiority was a significant advantage, as it enabled the Crusaders to bring in fresh troops, food, and weapons, while Saladin's forces struggled to do the same. Without control of the sea, Saladin found it nearly impossible to disrupt the Crusader supply lines or effectively support the defenders within Acre. Saladin's navy was relatively weak compared to the Crusaders. His attempts to challenge their naval dominance were largely unsuccessful, further exacerbating the difficulties in lifting the siege. The Crusaders' ability to control the sea effectively neutralized one of Saladin's key strategies. Cutting off the Crusaders from their supplies, Saladin's army was composed of soldiers from different regions and ethnic backgrounds, including Turks, Arabs, Kurds, and others. While Saladin was a charismatic and respected leader, maintaining unity and cohesion among these diverse groups was a constant challenge. The long duration of the siege tested the loyalty and morale of his troops, leading to internal tensions and conflicts among his commanders. In addition to the military challenges, Saladin faced significant political pressures within his own ranks. Some of his commanders were more concerned with defending their own territories than with the broader goals of the campaign. This lack of unified purpose and the presence of dissent weakened Saladin's ability to mount a coordinated and effective response to the Crusaders. By the time of the siege of Acre, Saladin's forces had been engaged in nearly continuous warfare for several years, following his earlier campaigns against the Crusaders, including the Battle of Hattin and the capture of Jerusalem. This prolonged period of conflict had taken a toll on his troops, leading to exhaustion and diminishing their effectiveness in battle. The harsh conditions of the siege, including disease, hunger, and continuous skirmishes, led to high attrition rates among Saladin's forces. This attrition further weakened his ability to maintain a prolonged and effective military presence at Acre. Despite his best efforts, these challenges ultimately prevented Saladin from breaking the Crusader siege of Acre. The city fell to the Crusaders in July 1191, marking a significant setback for Saladin and his efforts to defend the Holy Land from the Third Crusade. The loss of Acre also had broader implications, as it provided the Crusaders with a critical foothold in the region and prolonged the conflict between the Muslim and Christian forces.